On the channel, we've got the NECA Last Ronin Black and White Walmart Exclusive Edition.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles NECA Last Ronin unboxing and review. And today on the channel we got the Last Ronin Black and White Edition, Walmart exclusive. But for all your non-Walmart exclusive action figure needs, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $79, guess what? Ships free. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And I believe this to be a Walmart exclusive, at least as of right now. And this is a bit of a secret release, as nobody really knew this was coming. And then bam, there it is in the stores. I saw it this week as I'm filming this. Very surprised to see it. Didn't expect it. But then I saw about 3-4 more throughout the week on my figure hunting adventures. So if you're after this, head to your local Walmart store right now. And they're really getting the most out of their molds out of this Last Ronin. Of course, you get the regular edition. We got the red and black edition from Target Collector Con. Now we get the black and white edition here from Walmart. Should have been the blue edition from Walmart, shouldn't it? Maybe the yellow Entertainment Earth edition in the future. We'll see what happens. Who knows? But we'll see what happens. That's what we'll do. But let's take a look at the packaging. Let's go through it, see what's going on with the old Last Ronin. Very black and white edition. Very black and white edition. That's what we got throughout. Black and white and red all over. Not yet, at least. No red from Shredder yet. But there it is, looking good on the Last Ronin. On the side, little glamour shot action. The classic Last Ronin picture. When I think of the Last Ronin, that's the image I do think of. Kind of got that setting sun with the logo. Looking pretty good there. Then, of course, on the back of the package, a little bit of blurbage down at the bottom and a couple of glamour shots. Let's see what it says about the Last Ronin. Oh boy, we got War and Peace back here. You guys better settle in, grab a cup of hot cocoa, turn the lights down low, and let's go off to Last Ronin. Who is the Last Ronin? In a future battle-ravaged New York City, a lone surviving turtle embarks on a seemingly hopeless mission seeking justice for the family he lost. From legendary TMT co-creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, get ready for the final story of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. 3 decades in the making. That's 30 years for those keeping track at home. What terrible events destroyed his family and left New York a crumbling post-apocalyptic nightmare? All will be revealed in this climatic turtle tale that sees longtime friends become enemies and new allies emerging in the most unexpected places. Can the surviving turtle triumph? Oh my gosh, it's a tough decision, and we'll see if it happens there. But we got the insides, of course. Big window box, big opening, like NECA usually gives us here. Very familiar packaging, of course, for this Last Ronin figure. There it goes. See you later. Goodbye. The no-look, see you later. There it is. And then we get the big old plastic prison. Looking pretty good. Lots of weapons, a lot of stuff going in here. And it's black and white all day long. But I'm going to take this offline, pop all these out, cut all these out, and we'll be back talking black and white edition, Last Ronin. All right, we got the Last Ronin out of the package. And of course, we're going to start off with the accessories. Then we'll work our way into the figure. Then we'll do some comparisons later on in this video, so stay tuned for that. But let's dive in here, and let's dive into the weapons first. We're going to mix it up a little bit. Of course, everything black and white, just like the figure, including the nunchucks here for, of course, our old friend Michelangelo, looking very good with the chain. Love the chain there. Love to be able to swing that around if I need to. Looking really nice. Of course, you got a Sai for our one young Raphael, looking really good. Nice white kind of leather on there against the white, looking good. Looks like a Sai all day long. Then, of course, Donatello. Oh, Donatello got his stick right here all in white once again, and you got the black coloring against it. All day long it is. The staff, of course, the old bow staff. Leonardo got his weapon here. Of course, the katana blade looking good. Got a sheath for it as well. Fits in there perfectly. Really, really nice looking one. I like this black and white edition of this sword. It does look very Very, very cool. So we do get that, the turtle weapons. Then we do got the big boss man-like club right here. I believe this was for the forgotten turtle named, what was his name, Rembrandt? I think that's what it was. Maybe I just made that up. Somebody feel free to fact check that if you want to. I wouldn't, but I think there was a lost turtle named Rembrandt. He was always just off screen in the cartoon and the comics, and sometimes you'd see like a finger or something coming through. But we'll call it Rembrandt. And he used the old Billy Club here, the old police officer club right there. That was his specialty at the end of the day. Then we do got a big old grappling hook here, nice clawed hand on there. You throw that up on a building and you climb on up. We know how that goes. Real string, here for the real string all day long. It's one of those ones I don't really use though. It's just not really anything I can do with it. But it is nice that we get real string. Kind of a nice attention to detail really at the end of the day. How about some hands? Oh, let the hands have it here. Now he did come with 2 Fists of Fury out of the package. I guess he's throwing down at the end of the day. But we do get 2 splayed out hands. Very Ninja Turtle splayed out hands we get from Super 7, NECA, all of them. But looking really nice here. And then you get 2 gripping hands, which you're probably going to have to use for any Ninja Turtle. They got to be gripping something. As much as I want to give them a fist, they got to be gripping their weapons. That's just iconic for Ninja Turtles. So we do have those there. We do get the goggles, and I might use the goggles on this one because we're going to do some comparisons in a little bit here in this video. And to me, I got to make them all feel at least a little bit different. You use one head for one head for the other, maybe the other head for another one with the goggles on. Try to make them similar but different. That's what I do with these variants, chase editions. I know they feel and look a lot because they are the same figure, just painted differently, but make them as different as you can. Different, holding different weapons, maybe different hands, different heads, different goggles, things like that. I know it's a broken record, but I always like to say it. But we do get the goggles here. Very nice with the real kind of bendy rubber band-like strap on there. I'm here for that all day long. Then we do get the old throwing stars, and we get 4 throwing stars. Very dangerous. A childhood favorite if you're a kid of the 80s when you could buy these at the local gas station. I've talked about that before as well. I had a local gas station you could just walk to and buy any throwing stars if you wanted to. Throw them at your friends. Do whatever you want to do. Bam, bam, bam. It was kind of like that episode of South Park back in the day. You ever seen that one where I think it was Butters that took the throwing star into the eye? Man, that hits home. That hits home. I've talked about it. I had 2 kids around the corner from me. And they were twin brothers, and they got in a big fight, and we'd be doing throwing stars all the time because they bought a bunch of them. I never spent my money on that. I was buying baseball cards. I was buying action figures. Surprise, surprise, as a little kid. So I didn't spend my money on things like this, but my friends did, so I got to partake with them. That was the beauty of hanging out in the neighborhood and stuff. And the kids we were all throwing the throwing stars against this big old oak tree or whatever kind of tree it was. One of those big trees, especially when you're little. So you weren't going to miss. You know, that thing wasn't going to go flying off and kill a cat or something. But they got in a big fight for whatever reason. They turned, the throwing stars turned to each other. And twin brothers going at it. I got my popcorn and I was just enjoying the show, but they got in big trouble for throwing stars at each other. I can't imagine why. I would love it if my kids would do that. I'd be like, all right, let's do it. Yeah, I'm a getter. Get her with that one. Maybe not, but that was quite the day at the office. I remember going home to my dad saying, boy, you won't believe what happened around the corner today. What a story, I know. But then you also get a little bomb here, a little circle bomb, almost like a little tennis ball bomb, whatever you want to call it, but we do get that. Now we do get the extra bandana, so you can choose your own bandana adventure with this one. You got the long, sprayed out one, or you got a very short one here. How do you prefer it? That's another difference you can make between the different figures. I am here for that, but we're going to grab into the last Ronin, and we're going to talk head sculpts first before we dive into the rest of the body. The first head is you got the hood up there, like the side of the package, of course. Got the little end on the back there. Looking really good, but he's mad. He's got his teeth showing. He's growling. Even in this black and white look here, you can just tell he's not a happy turtle. He's not a happy camper. He misses his brothers. There's no doubt there. Looking really good. You got the bandana across. Once again, though, no color with this, but you can still see it. You can still make it out. A good head for him. I don't believe that band. No, it does come off, doesn't it? I forgot. It does come off. So there's a lot of ways to make these different if you really want to. You can keep this off him, and then you put this on here. You can mix and match, change him up. I'm here for that. Like I keep saying, I'm a broken record in this video, but you got to make him as different as possible from the other ones, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Looking really good on this second head sculpt. I always did prefer this one. It maybe is a little too extreme, but he's got his chipped up, broken teeth going on. Big, wide open mouth. He is angry. He's angry, my friends. He's ready to take on the world at the end of the day. Maybe he's even fighting the world like a young man of war. Who knows? He could be. He could be. But then we get the last Ronin out of the package. Big old outfit here. Almost looks like he's ready for a snowmobile ride or something. He's got kind of like a big wintry jacket up. Big old shoulder pads going on. Forearm guards, elbow guards. big belt with plenty of pockets. Last Ronin pockets is what we're doing here. But I do like we can store a lot of these weapons throughout on his body. That is key. I love to be able to store all the weapons on one turtle. I think that is awesome, and it's very symbolic that he has all the weapons of his fallen brothers. I think that is pretty cool for the Last Ronin story. He does got knee pads down low, mixed match knee pads, and then he's got his turtle feet with some turtle flip-flops on. So he should be wearing some combat boots. Couldn't find them, so he went with the flip-flops. It's a bold fashion move, but he's sticking with it, so good for him. 2 Fists of Fury like we did talk about, and of course those are removable. Articulation, oh my gosh, very tight joints on this, as you can imagine, with NECA out of the package, but the arms do go around for us. You do get double jointed elbows, very tight elbows, as you can imagine. Hands back and forth, side to side. Waist articulation looking pretty good, very smooth. He does get a little bit of splits action there if you're interested. Bend at the knee, no real side to side at the knee. You do get the side to side at the ankles, the up and down at the ankles as well. I'm sure he'll fit on a Ringside Collectible stand. Make sure you use discount code Kyle, save 10% at Ringside Collectibles. Make sure you get a Ringside, or make sure you get a Mattel stand. Doesn't look like he's gonna fit. Oh, there you go, he does fit on there. Well, the other boot wouldn't fit, but this one would, so once again, choose your own Ringside Collectible foot adventure, I guess. And those stands should be back in stock, hopefully very, very soon. We'll see what happens. Ringside's on the clock for the month of November and December. No doubt there. But a good-looking figure, but easily passed for a lot of people, I would imagine. Not an iconic version of this character. People think of the regular version, of course. It just really comes down to how deep of a fan you are of The Last Ronin. How deep are you into the NECA lines of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? That'll really answer your questions if you need this one or not. But for what it represents and what it looks like, it looks pretty cool if you ask me. And I talked about some of the other friends we've had here. We've, of course, got the red and black version. Look at that striking difference. That's quite the difference between these two. Almost feels like an art piece in some ways. And then we got a different one right here. So we got some different versions of the old Last Ronin. I think we even got another one somewhere I might grab out for the glamour shots later. But very cool, very awesome to be able to display these in different versions. A little bit of a cash grab going on, but it's only a cash grab if you have to buy it, or if you do buy it at the end of the day. But NECA trying to put it out there, trying to please the fan base, and it's up to us to vote for with our wallets if we want this one. And if you want this one, like I said, as I'm filming this right now, hitting Walmart store. So head to your Walmart if you're after this black and white edition. So there it is, black and white edition, Last Ronin. What are your guys' thoughts, though? Is this a pickup or a pass for you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day, and then some. We got even more content for you, if you can believe it, on the Patreon for early access to both channels' videos, plus tons of bonus content. Head on over to the Patreon channel and support this very YouTube channel. You can also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for The Last Ronin, I'm the last Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.